Libra, welcome to this edition of your general reading. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, morning, night. I'm going to go ahead and do a general reading for the sign of Libra. It could be in your sun, moon, rising, anywhere in your chart that you are curious about. This reading might be for you. Since this is a general reading, I just ask that you take what resonates with you and leave what does not behind for those who need it, and use this information for your growth on your journey. All right, so Spirit, I thank you for the opportunity to go ahead and read for the sign of Libra. I ask that you give me clear and concise messages, and thank you for your protection as I perform this act of divination. Ashe, Amen. All right, Libra, last week we spoke about a deepening of self-love, a deepening of self-trust, and making decisions that reflect that. So, a lot of the Libra placements that I know, myself included, have been continuing on that journey. So I'm excited to see what comes out today and what we can learn. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into it. I try not to make a lot of noise with my cards, but I feel like me banging them on the table doesn't exactly negate noise. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a general past, present, near future spread with the Rider-Waite, and then I will go ahead, clarify with the Tarot Nefertari, and pull some Keeper of the Light Oracle cards at the end for general advice. Alright, what do I need to know about the past, present, and near future for the sign of Libra? Ooh, something just jumped out. What was that? Who was that? Thank you. Alright. And hold on. This is a very, very interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay. Alright. My neighbor has been tuning up his motorcycle, and I think he's giving it a test run because he never rides that thing. So sorry for the noise. I hope he's having fun. I love motorcycles. Alright. So in the recent past, you were in a position. Okay, in the recent past, you were in a position where you feel like you finally cracked the code, or you finally got to a place where you were able to maintain consistency with something that you had recently started, and or something, a path to clarity regarding one of your goals was finally achieved. So you had a goal and it wasn't exactly clear how you were gonna accomplish it or maintain it going forward. You just knew that you needed to start, and so you did. You were able to achieve consistency, and now you're in a space where the path is a lot clearer toward what it is that will bring you fulfillment and happiness. So the fog has lifted. You now have clarity, which is always a beautiful thing. In the present position, you have the Knight of Cups and the Star. So you might have Aquarius in your chart or be dealing with Aquarius, but you now are having this wish being granted. You have a sense of hope and optimism as you're looking forward into your future, regardless of the external stimuli, because you've now reached a place of emotional fulfillment. And you might also have somebody coming in to share that emotional fulfillment with you. So you might be making a new friend, you might be meeting a new romantic companion, and you might be thinking like, well, first of all, I didn't need to say I was looking for all that. I know I don't make these love readings. I just read how the energy comes out, and the energy that I'm getting currently, it looks like you're being pursued and courted. Maybe you have multiple people trying to pursue and court you. Maybe you're being stopped where you go and people are trying to chat you up and flirt you up. you seem to be very magnetic and emotionally content, and that definitely attracts people. But that energy also is manifesting kind of a wish come true situation. You found fulfillment in the present because you are content with self. And that unblocks and continues to open the path. As I know last week we spoke about unblocking path to success and abundance. That continues in the present as you maintain this air of clarity that you've just recently attained. And with that, you are coming into this space where you are having rapid succession and movement into a very positive situation for yourself, whether that is emotionally, physically. We're going to kind of get some clarity on that momentarily, but you might also be dealing with a Cancer or have Cancer in your chart with the Chariot. So let's get some more information and see what we can learn about what the message we're being given this week is. Before I do that, I do want to pull the overall energy for the week just to give us a theme to be mindful of. The Knight of Wands. So maintaining that sense of consistency, that sense of discipline is what I'm hearing, determination, and also maintaining that curious mind that will take you into a very positive situation. So just maintain your discipline and your curiosity about you, and you should be put in a very, very positive position, especially with the Chariot card coming in the near future. This is really positive. I love the way that this is shaping up. Alright. I try not to bend these cards because they're just so pretty. I don't really want to bend them. I don't really want to bend them. They're definitely some of my favorite cards, even though my Rider-Waite has a little bit more wear on them. I think I've had these since like 2019 or 2020. Alright, so let's go ahead and, whereas these cards, the Tarot Nefertari, I think I got like 3 years ago. Alright, so let's get some more information about what's going on here. So why is the moon here? What did the path that opened up, what did that have to do with? Can I have some more information, please? Ooh, thank you. I'm only going to take the one whose face I've seen and leave the rest of them. So you unblocked or gained clarity on a situation that had to do with what you wanted to put your focus on financially, or what you wanted to do with your money, what you wanted to do with your time, what you wanted to do with your attention, that which will sustain anything in the physical realm. And some of the things that I just mentioned are things that could sustain something or someone in the physical realm. So it isn't just money, but you had a decision to make, and it seems as though you have come to a decision point. Maybe you had 2 job offers and you chose one of them. Perhaps you had 2 contracts you chose. You only had enough time to fulfill one. You chose one and had to put the other on hold. You decided that you wanted to do something different with the way that I'm hearing like the way that you go about seeking abundance. Maybe you've changed career fields, or perhaps you have changed the way that you look for clients, or the way that you job search. You also have the Empress here, which is a beautiful energy, very Venusian. And as the Libra, you are one of the 2 signs ruled by Venus, the other being Taurus, and that is who I focus on this channel, are the Venusian energies that exist in the zodiac. And so you have a very fertile energy here, very, very, very fertile, very in tune with oneself as well. So you're walking in lockstep with your intuition, almost like the High Priestess, but more on a practical, everyday level. And so that's really good. You're in a really good position in the recent past. I know last week we spoke about leaving behind the more unsavory situation, and so it looks like you've been really focusing on the positive. After you've gone through a tower, you went through an awakening, you had a situation crumble, so that a more solid foundation could be built. That would be better for you going forward, and that's what we seem to come into in the present, because this is the recent past. So you've said goodbye to something really tough. You can watch last week's reading if you're more curious about what some of the energies were looking like at that time when I was doing the reading. And some of it may still be very relevant for you, as energy, honestly, is timeless as far as we are concerned in this realm. And so you walked out of a pretty negative situation, you learned from it, you have made some decisions, and through making a choice, a path opened for you that is now taking you into this area of fulfillment, wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. All right, so what can you tell me about the Knight of Cups and the Star? Why is that here? Why is that here? And I would love to kind of hear from you. Yep. The Three of Wands. So you are in this arena of creation. You might also be coming together with someone to complete a task together. So you might be working on a project with somebody. You might be working on a contract or a job with someone. You might be partnering with somebody in order to get something done, remodel a house, whatever the case may be. Ooh, thank you. And you have the World. So you're in a really positive, especially with that clarifying the Star, like you're in a really, really good place. You might also have somebody that's kind of coming in, and you might not really be interested at first, but I'm hearing they could be pursuing you. Like, so you could have, you have something that is rare, and they want to kind of show you that they can match it, is kind of what I'm hearing. It's very specific. But the World card, the World is in your hand. You're being granted a beautiful wish after kind of a turbulent time with the Tower in the recent past. So that's really nice. What can you tell me about the Chariot? I don't want to know. You have the King of Wands. So you're being put in a position of authority. So you might be getting a promotion. You might be getting a new job that puts you in a higher position in your last one. Very interesting. What else can you tell me about the Chariot? Very solid. Very solid. Ooh. 10 of Cups, right? So this is going to bring you emotional fulfillment. This is very straightforward and very positive. So maintaining this discipline and maintaining this air of self-love that you've been cultivating over the past, I'm hearing 6 months to a year, you've really, really been able to turn your energy from one that was experiencing some pretty unsavory and upsetting moments to one that is able to almost command your destiny in a way that seems as though you are the one driving the chariot, and you are bringing about these positive changes that bring you a beautiful sense of emotional fulfillment. So I love that for you. Is there fell out. Not the Lover. And it's funny, I was gonna go back and ask about this cup situation going on over here, because it seems like there really is somebody that's coming in and they're like, excuse me, I like you and I want you, but like they're gonna be respectful, it seems, but they are very much into you, baby. So whatever that is, I kind of want to hold on. I'm nosy. Why is the Lover here? I was gonna end off because the candle went out, but why is the Lover here? Yeah, thank you. Not the Chariot and the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're not in a place where you're like, oh, I'm not really looking for love. I'm not really on that right now. I'm just on my own. That's nice for you, baby. The universe said that there's somebody that's gonna come emotionally a knocking. And it might come in like a whirlwind, but it's just, as long as you use your discernment, it seems like it's gonna at least be a very fun time. Okay, and it's gonna be something that could potentially stand the test of time and be something that you would want, because it very much accompanies this emotional fulfillment. It clearly is an accompaniment and is a part of the emotional fulfillment that you'll be seeing in the near future. Not all of it, like your stability and your ability to manifest a better reality for yourself by asserting your boundaries definitely is a big part of it. But it seems like there's an emotional new beginning here as well, which is very interesting. So, if you wanna tell your girl, you can tell your girl what's going on, But I wish you the best in that endeavor if that's what you choose to entertain. Because you have free will, you can't just say no, You don't have to go along with it just because some lady with cards said that this is very likely to happen to you, you know what I mean? It's still your life, babe. You're the one driving. Like I said, you're driving the chariot, not me. Alright, so let's go ahead, pull a couple of oracle cards and get a little bit of guidance, a little bit of specific guidance. You're in a really good place. I like this. I don't know who this is, this lover, but like I said, it might be an Aquarius, might also be a Cancer. I'm not sure. All right. The person you left behind in the past might have been a Pisces as well. All right. So thank you. Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. You know what's funny? I always say that my life is for enjoyment. I didn't come here. I don't know what, I tell people, I don't know what you think you came here to do, but I came here to learn some lessons and have a good time and enjoy myself. You know what I mean? Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So remember that. Remember that. Anything else? Anything else? Thank you for these messages so far. This has been really beautiful. Woo, that's a lot, baby. You know I don't like that. Let me see if I can. Let me just get okay, all right. 3 jumped out like twice, so I'm just gonna take it. Lady Venus, and that's us, guys. Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So pay attention to your intuition. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Remember this because you went through an ending in the recent past. Illusions are revealed and released. And lastly, Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. And that's where you are currently. You're really in this era of hope and expecting the best outcome and working toward that and coming from a place of love, compassion, and determination. Libra, you are in a beautiful place, and I'm really proud of your progression so far. Hopefully these messages are able to help you on your journey, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, afternoon, or night. I will talk to you soon. And until then, be well. Bye.